I'm the director of the Harvest. I also associate produced and did the lighting design for the show, so kind of a lot of hats. The Harvest it's an immersive interactive show. It's a full, no seats, walking around kind of choose your own adventure story about witchcraft 100 years after the eradication of magic. So it's very sometimes serious and terrifying tale about a small town that hasn't seen visitors in a long time. So the audience comes in as the first visitors in 100 years to experience the Harvest Festival in this town. So that's really what it's about. It's about the small community and all the new people who are coming into it.
Welcome, one and all, to Windsor Grove. I bid you a bountiful harvest.
A bountiful harvest! After 100 years of isolation, we have decided to reopen our annual Harvest Festival to you all, our lovely neighbors. Oh, yes, hello, neighbors!
There are a lot of inspirations that the creative lead, Elena Skarinchpin, is the writer and creative lead of the project. We've talked a lot about how she was inspired by The Crucible, of course, as you know, a witch trial story. And there's a lot of sort of new age spiritual music that was an inspiration, as well as some offbeat animation, such as Over the Garden Wall, if you're familiar with that. That's sort of kind of dark but fantastical style is the real inspiration for this.
I'm truly so happy to be reopened to all of you. We know the rumors that Windsor Grove is plagued and haunted by witchcraft.
Or so they say.
They do, but the truth is that we are just like you. Give or take a few hundred years. And now, the trial and death, the execution of the witch, Annie Glover. It was horrific, but that is all in the past.
My name is Elena Skarinchpin. Sorry, it's a long name. I am an actor and a writer. I joined with Last Call about last year with a couple of shows. I did Abandoned. I was an understudy in that, and then I performed in the Collective at the Hollywood Fringe as Maria, and it kind of really got me into the immersive theater genre. And then this one kind of came about by accident, like really by accident, because the company, I'm technically not a head writer member of the company, this is technically a guest show. They had an open slot, and in the Collective there was one quest that involved witchcraft, and I said, what if we did an entire class, thing about witchcraft? And then it was this joke that kind of spiraled into this full presentation, and then I threw it out at them, and they were like, this is fun, and I got it, and then I was like, oh boy, I gotta actually write this thing now. So over the course of 2 months, we wrote the show. This is my first full-length play of any kind, actually, that I've written. I've done pilots and I've done other things for writers, short stories, that sort of thing, but I've never written a play. Though this is not like writing a play. This is like writing for a video game. Because you write quest lines and then cut scenes, and that's what writing for this is like. It's just video game in real life, which is so fun.
Martha, darling, are you...
Don't touch me! Witch!
What?
Witch! Witch! Unfortunately, we were in the middle of a lovely harvest, our annual celebration, but it has been turned sour by the presence of a witch now in our midst, it seems. Or at least the presence of magic, which has been sealed from our town for well over 100 years. Its reemergence is the prime concern of our town members now. Our severance from magic is what has kept us safe. There was a horrible tragedy 100 years ago that necessitated this. But its return makes many of us nervous. as to what the intentions are behind and if there is a new coven or perhaps a lone witch operating within our town. It is a time of emotion, high emotion and paranoia. But if we are careful and considerate in our approach to this, we will arrive at the truth. With God's help and with a man's might, we will make it right. I hope, at least. Stand at a precipice. Here, on the centennial of that same evil that emerged, that nearly destroyed our town, the same cowardly and unholy influence has returned. Martha Marr was the first of its victims, but if left untreated, she will surely not be its last. But, fortunately for this town, there is still a road to salvation. This evil has a name. It has a form. There is a witch amongst us. And only by ridding ourselves of this witch can we be saved.
Enough people have been hurt by your lies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Agree.
How dare you!
It's not really a lie.
You consort with witches!
I do.
We do.
We do.
Or the mayor's.
And it's time I stop hiding it. This is our town, Father, and we're taking it back.
Yeah.
Straighten up again! Magic has returned in full to Windsor Grove. These people you see here, this coven, this is the future of this town. And even with the influence and Father Gabriel gone, there is still much work to be done. And friends who have joined us today, when you go home, tell your neighbors and your family what you've seen here today in Windsor Grove. Tell them that magic is here and that it is here to grow and blossom. Take the seeds that you've brought with you today, that you've gained here today, and allow them to grow. This is the beginning of a beautiful and bright new age in Windsor Grove.
I think the people who are into investigation, if they're down to like pick up a piece of paper and write down what they hear, they're gonna find, because there are so many things that we put in just for fun Easter eggs. Every piece of paper that you pick up has a lot of detail written on it. If you were in here for the contract scene, I want somebody to desperately ask me what the page Makoas hands to me says, because I spent a lot of time writing that. There's a number of things that if you read, it is detailed. So the people who will have the best time are the ones who are investigators and really get into the lore and honestly take on a character yourself.